Hi there, my precious rechargers. Hope you're doing great. This is Moshe Rothschild coming to you from the land of Israel, just south of the city of Jerusalem. Hard to believe that it's been about a week since Recharge is over. I miss you guys terribly, and I hope you're all happy and peaceful and doing great and full of energy and enthusiasm. Anyhow, I just wanted to share with you a thought. And it's taken actually from this week's Torah Parsha, from this week's Torah reading. And the Torah tells us that Moshe Rabbeinu, Moses, is at the end, it's kind of at the end of the line for him. Remember, he's not allowed to enter into the land of Israel. So God tells him to go up onto the mountain and to take a look and to see the land that, unfortunately, you're not going to enter, but the land that the Jewish people are going to enter. So I ask you, really? God's telling him you're not going to enter, but you can go and see the land? That's kind of like telling a child that, hey, here's a piece of cake, look at it, look how beautiful it is, look at the frosting, look how amazing it looks, but guess what? You can't eat it. What's going on here? Why is God teasing Moses like this? How can he show him the land, but then tell him he's not going to enter? So the question is really predicated on the idea that life is really about me. That it's all about what I want and getting my desires fulfilled. In other words, the whole conception that Moshe would be upset that God told him to look at the land is because we think that life is really about me. It's about what I want. Moshe, for example, wanted to enter the land, and if he doesn't get to enter, he's going to be upset. And if he's not going to allow it to enter, he's not even going to want to see it. That's just a tease. Because we think that life is about just finding me, finding my life, using my skills and my tools, and it's all about me to find my own personal happiness, to be able to earn money, to be able to have whatever it is. It's about me. But in truth, Moshe Rabbeinu, Moses, and our Torah teaches us that life is much more than just me. It's far more than trying to understand what I am all about, where do I fit in. Of course, that's a part of it, but it's not so much as it is about finding yourself in life. It's more about losing yourself to something that's much bigger than you. Instead of worrying all the time about me, how am I going to find happiness, but rather losing yourself into something much bigger than yourself is often what can bring you happiness. In other words, when I become more absorbed in other people, I become more absorbed in the state of Israel, more absorbed in the education of others, more absorbed in helping others, in service of others, that can lead to enormous happiness. That life is not about being in service of yourself and finding yourself, but it's about being in service of others and losing yourself to the bigger cause. And this is what Moshe was able to do. That he saw his mission to bring the Jewish people to the land wasn't about him. It was about bringing them to the land so that we can begin this enormous love affair between the Jewish people and the land of Israel. And that love affair you experience in your 10 days here. That is a love affair that will be eternal. And Moshe Rabbeinu, by seeing the land, felt very much a part of it. He didn't feel, God forbid, that it was a tease, because it wasn't about him. It was about the bigger picture, because he understood what it meant to lose himself into something that's much more important than himself. And I remember many years ago I was on a program, not like Recharge, but it was a program to inspire Jewish kids. It was a camp, a 5-day camp. And I remember one of the guys standing up and saying, "Hi, my name is Seth, and I don't really care if you remember my name, because my name is not important. What's much more important is the bigger picture." And so I would echo those sentiments. What's much more important about Recharge is not that you remember who Moshe Rothschild is. the concept, the notion of the Jewish people is much bigger than any individual. It's bigger than Steve, it's bigger than Moshe, it's bigger than Leora, it's bigger than Elisa, and it's bigger than any one of you. That we have to lose ourselves to become part of Am Yisrael, become part of the nation of Israel. And we connect through it individually. And we try to take upon ourselves the mitzvot and Shabbat and kosher and tefillin, whatever is good for us, whatever works for you. But that connects us to the whole, that we have to be a part of the Jewish people to continue the legacy that was started so many thousands of years ago when the Jewish people left Egypt, with the stories of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and Sarah, Rebecca, and Rachel, and Leah, and that will continue way beyond any of our lifetimes. So that is the bigger picture. I'm wishing you all that you should be able to not only find yourself, but you should also lose yourself. Lose yourself into the Jewish people. May this be the greatest Shabbat of your life, at least until next week. Loving you from the land of Israel.